You're listening to The Boxing Voice.
It's showtime!
Welcome back, boxing fans.
Blood is good.
Iron face, a mask of blood.
Blood is emotion.
Too much blood coming out of the eye.
Blood is a story, a drama.
Deep gas, blood pouring right into his eye.
Blood is what we want to see in terms of passion.
Blood streaming now from the cut in the eye, the nose, his mouth, his cheeks swollen, and he's still going.
What we want is a bloody good fight tonight.
We have Heather, the Heat Hardy. Is this you?
This is me. I think I need to talk to you every night because you make me smile and blush over here.
Never been a lame-o, never been a lame-o. Yeah, I love the strip. I'm okay.
You're serious? You're serious?
And that's the good thing about UK. That's why I can't hate on them guys, man. They love fucking boxing.
No fighters in England. They all bums.
Did you hear what this idiot just said?
Yo, son, you're gonna get your ass beat by Molina, son.
Are you fucking kidding me? He's overrated.
Do some pushes for me right now.
For the interview? Yes. Let those gifted hands go. Get out of here, Virgil. Go home. We're next.
You want the table started for free. You not even honest. You want the table started for free.
BoxingVoice.com.
This is why we use the word sensation.
All right, everybody, welcome back. We are back with another edition, and man, we got a lot to talk about. Yes, we do. So, as always, thank everybody that continues to support the Boxing Voice, man. We appreciate all the likes and shares, and we appreciate that you continue to subscribe to our YouTube channel and visit our website, theboxingvoice.com. You know, if you can find it in your heart to look deep down inside and say, damn, Ness is putting in that fucking work, hit us up with a donation. It always helps. Anybody that's going to be at the Vanez Martirosyan versus Willie Nelson fight in Connecticut, we will be in the building. The fucking Beeb is coming out. So let's go out there. It's going to be the face-off. Me and Beeb haven't seen each other physically for about 3 years. It's going down. You know I owe him one for the last Haymon show. So you better get there if you want to be there. Or you're going to be a square. Basically, so much to talk about. As you can see, I'm a little energetic because I'm happy. I feel a little bit vindicated, and maybe you guys can play devil's advocate and tell me why the title of today's show is a bad thing. Because Al Haymon, the guy that you guys call Satan, the devil, he's bad for boxing. He's a cancer. Oh my God, Ness, how do you support him? Well, it's coming straight from Kathy Duva, and drum roll, it looks like he's trying to do away with pay-per-view. So those 75 hard-earned dollars that we bitch and moan about every goddamn time there's a pay-per-view, maybe Al Haymon's going to get rid of that. The NBC Sports Network deal that I've been telling you guys for months now. And, you know, a lot of people didn't believe. Some did. Well, again, Kathy Duva is letting the cat out the bag. She's letting it be known that she was basically pushed out of that NBC Sports deal and that Haymon is going to take it over. I'm going to give you guys, of course, all the details when I pull it up, because you know I'm never, ever ready. But the number to call in is 646-478-3068. Press 1 if you want to talk. Let me know. Is this bad? Is it bad that Al Haymon is going to have 24 dates? 4 of those are going to be on NBC, real NBC, like Channel 4. No matter where you at, NBC should be Channel 4. And guess what? You're going to get free boxing. And we all know that he has quite a good stable, but he's doing it a little bit. He's taking it a step further because, again, according to Kathy Duva, he promised NBC that he's going to take his fighters off premium cable, which is HBO and Showtime, and he's going to put HBO and Showtime out of the puzzle and he's going to do away with pay-per-view and create an over-the-top network, said Duva, according to the report. Of course, shout out to Michael Coppinger, as if you listen, probably secretly like they all do, but shout out to you. The point is that he broke the story. She goes on to say he's got the fighters and he's presumably got the money. I wish him the best and totally and sincerely mean it. I pray he doesn't blow it, because if he does, we're going back to network. We're not going back to network TV for a while. If he's successful, all the networks will want boxing. Okay, so all, I guess, who falls under the category of all? I don't know, Fox, wherever you're at, WB or CBW or whatever you guys call it, Channel 9, Channel 7, the chain channels that put on football, foosball, might I say. So, again, is Al Haymon as bad as we thought? Didn't I say there was probably a master plan where we had to suffer right now, but he gave you the appetizer of 2013 to show you he can do it. All you got to do is ride. I know that you guys wish Vic and Beeb were here to shut me up, but it's going to be up to you. It's going to be up to you to tell me that I'm wrong. That's why the number 646-478-3068, and tell me why this is a bad thing. But come prepared, because you know I'm locked and loaded. Let's fucking go. Let's take it to the streets out here. Let's see who we got. We're going to go with, this might be, no, this is definitely not him. 623, you're live. Who's this?
What's going on, Ness? It's Alden from Arizona. How you doing?
I'm doing good, baby. I'm hyped up. I'm pumped. And it's not just for the Haymon thing.
I know.
It's not just for the Haymon thing. Listen, last night was a great fight. So good. I fell asleep. I had to watch it doing work, but I got to see it. And Dom is my type of fighter. You know, he outboxed Curtis Stevens. He wasn't too accurate, but I can't get mad at him for using the ring, because I like all guys that box. And he boxed, man. He kept Stevens at bay with that jab all night.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think he boxed him. He did what he had to do. I think one of the issues I had is just with a lot of boxers is it seemed like Stevens had no game plan coming in there. And like after a few rounds coming in, he didn't even try to go, you know what, let me just use some common sense. He didn't cut off the ring right. He didn't use his jab to set up his punches. He was just throwing wild punches. Plus, Ness, if you ever pay attention, Stevens is constantly giving up his timing by tapping his foot on the ground. Every time he's tapping his foot, he's giving his timing up.
Oh,
so,
my
I mean,
God.
I don't think, and Dom really, go ahead.
I thought I was the only one that's seen that. It's like the Santa Cruz thing. No one else has called in to say that every time Santa Cruz has his guard up, he does like a jiggle with his fucking hand. He jiggles it like if he had a maraca in his hands, like, and then he throws the punch.
Yeah.
And Stevens, he fucking gets on his tippy toes, and he puts his whole foot down, and then he gets back on his tippy toes right before every time he's setting up. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. The reason why he does that is because either he's trying to move counterclockwise, or he's trying to throw a straight right hand or overhand right. So when he keeps tapping it, one, it messes up his footwork. But second, if you're a smart boxer, you could kind of time it and move around him. That's why, and Dom was easily moving around over catching with clean jabs, because Stevens was playing with his foot the entire fight. But then again, you know, he didn't come in right. I mean, even him, like, just sometimes I'm thinking a lot of these boxers are just plain out stupid. I mean, you're in the fight. Okay, you have a plan. You know he's going to move. If it's not working, all right, set up your jab before you could throw the hard punch instead of just jumping for it right away. But, you know, I mean, what can you do? And Dom did what he had to do. He won the fight. And with the Haymon thing, look, Ness, I don't think Al Haymon is bad for boxing. I just think if there's only Al Haymon is bad for boxing. So when there's competition, Al Haymon's great, because then Al Haymon has to compete. Then Al Haymon is going to show results. It's only bad if Al Haymon has no competition at all and just his world to play. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely agree, because what Canelo did last week can possibly cause Mayweather to compete. So I'm all for that as well. I'm all for that. All I was saying all the time was, let's not pass judgment. Just like right now, this could blow up in my face, and you know what, next Ness? Year. What's up?
But you know what, Ness, man? It's like your show, and it's the fans complaining. See, that's the thing. When the fans complain and say, you know what? Even if let's say he had this plan for another 2 years, but if the fans complain now, we're like, no, we're sick of it. We're not paying. We're not going to see it. Things are going to happen because the fans are the ones who affect his pocketbooks. If the fans aren't watching, he doesn't get paid. His fighters don't get paid. So that's the essence of the show, the essence of the fans. We control what happens. So I think, who knows? I mean, he started thinking, he's like, man, I got to move on this. I'm getting more competition. Let me move on this, and fans are going to get what they want.
Maybe because, again, this deal, it's been rumored for a while amongst the media. Like, we've heard this before. And now the reason that it's bigger in my eyes because Duva came out and confirmed a lot of the stuff and gave extra details that we weren't aware of. But you guys still were rushing. Obviously, and that's what I said. That's why now what my theory, and really it was, I think it might have been Matt's theory, our producer, but I know someone set that little time bomb off in my head, and I said, yeah, you're right. He's wearing these contracts out. That's why these guys are in soft fights, because he needs to take champions, undefeated fighters to NBC, because guess what? He has to have a reason for you, the viewer, the fan, to watch. Now, he has it mixed up, clearly, because we still watch Gabe Rosado. We get excited if he's going to fight James Kirkland, and he's got 6-7 losses. We get excited when Jesus Soto Carras knocks out Andre Berto, and he's got like fucking 8-9 losses. Orlando Salido got like 13. He has the game fucked up, but he's not thinking about us because we're hardcore. He's thinking about the casual fan that doesn't want to see a fighter who got a loss. They want to see a Danny Garcia undefeated. They want to see Mayweather undefeated. They wanted to see Adrian Broner undefeated, but he forces you to still want to see him because of the things that come out of his mouth. But I figured that was the plan, and now with this, it's looking like that. But I know that Vic is around here somewhere. There he goes, and I'm sure he's got more information because he's tied into that Duva camp. So Vic, talk to us, brother.
What do you got talking on?
Well, we're basically talking.
I'm guessing.
You know it.
Well, what last time we had the show, I think we were talking about the Kid Chocolate, or the last Tuesday show you had last week. I mentioned this NBC thing. It's been around for a while, and I guess Duva was the one that threw the beans on it because, her contract's expiring. So it should have come to a surprise. But the thing that came to a surprise was when Duva said Al Haymon's trying to compete with HBO and Showtime. So, again, here's Steven Espinoza, who's been, displaying these mismatches, and now Haymon's going to take his fighters elsewhere.
Yeah, but wait a minute. But Vic,
it sucks to be Steven right now, I think.
Well, again, I'm the biggest conspiracy theorist, and all our listeners have to take whatever I say with a grain of salt because I don't want any lawsuits. But what if Espinoza is part of the plan and he is being told to do what he has to do because he will be leaving Showtime to work for Haymon Boxing?
That's also a possibility, obviously. But then again, Showtime is left with shit.
Again, but you see, this is the problem that I have with you guys when you take these sides and you care about Showtime and HBO and Al Haymon. Isn't the point better boxing? Like, in a war, there's always casualties.
You're right, but I'm just saying, history repeats itself twice. Even Kathy Duva said it. She hopes and prays Haymon would do well with whatever he does, because if he fails at this and he fucking does what he did at the last two networks, then boxing will never be on network TV or be further away from being on network TV. Okay. So even people are rooting for Haymon, which is weird. Which a month ago you wouldn't have heard Kathy Duva say that.
But. And this is why I like to debate with you, because I'm allowed to rebuttal. And my rebuttal to that is, ladies and gentlemen, especially the listeners out there, why would Haymon do what he did at HBO and Showtime? Now, again, I'm going to give you guys a scenario. And because of where I come from, my scenario is always about the street. But before I get into that, let me see if you could get it with just this, Vic. Why would Haymon do what he did at HBO and Showtime when this time he's investing 21 or 20 million to get his fighters on this television? Right now, don't interrupt me. Wait for this now. Wait for this. So he's investing his own 21 million to get his fighters on there, or his investors. Okay, we don't care where he's getting the money from. He's putting it up. We don't care that it's not his, or it's an investor, or it's a fucking what's the other thing, a hedge fund. I don't care. The point is, he's putting up his money. He doesn't have to do that at Showtime. He never had to do that at HBO. So now he's putting up his money. Now you and I both know that 20 million is not enough for 24 fights, and 4 of those are going to be on NBC, which means that's an even bigger stage where you got to spend even more money, let alone pay your fighters. So Vic, here goes the big one on why you guys were all wrong. Because why is he now going to find investors and sponsors to pay his fighters fees? Because you know he ain't paying for that. So when Adrian Broner fights on NBC and he's already getting a guarantee over here on Showtime of $1 million, let's just say, hypothetical, again, take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt. This is my theory, right? So when he's getting $1 million on Showtime, he's going to expect his million on NBC. Where do you think Haymon's going to get that from? He's going to get it from someone that wants to advertise on his time slot when Adrian Broner fights, who is known to get $1.3 million on premium television, which you got to pay for by subscription, but he'll be for free on television. The sponsors will be ringing in, will they not?
They will be, but again, most of the shows are going to be on the NBC Sports Network, which again, I mean, I don't know what numbers Duva and them did, but hopefully because he's bringing over, you know, Broner, Garcia, and the rest of the clan, that they're going to generate more than what Kathy Duva did on NBC Sports. Now, I guess the critical part of it are the 4 NBC shows, if that holds true. I mean, those are the ones that he's really got to show out. So, I mean, I hope, like I said,
just allow me back in. Let me defend Al Haymon again. Let me just defend him again. So now Vic said the 4 NBC regular television ones are the ones that he's really got to show out because yada, 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 whatever. And I'm not undermining what he's saying. I'm just not going to repeat it all. But I have you guys remember that motherfucking Tyson Fury and Steve Cunningham did what, Vic? 4 million?
4 million, yep.
Okay. And Tyson Fury is from where? The Cunningham then was a what? Best known for a cruiserweight who always went down, and they did 4 million. What is Adrian Broner versus Lucas Matisse going to do? What is Danny Garcia versus Lamont Peterson going to do?
You got to give NBC credit as well because there was there was a big lead-in.
Vic. Marketing.
I'm just saying,
but you're talking marketing with that. You're talking marketing, but you have to have something to market.
Well, I mean,
there has to be a brand. And Leo Santa Cruz
still means something.
Leo Santa Cruz.
I mean, I don't know, man. A heavyweight fight to casual is more important than Leo Santa Cruz.
Wait a minute, Vic. But doesn't he have what most Americans would consider to be the best heavyweight? I'm talking about casual fan Americans before all the hatred comments and the idiots and all that come ringing in. But when you tell a casual fan Deontay Wilder has knocked out 31 people and he's only fought 31 times, doesn't he have a heavyweight on his hands? Isn't that why this purse bid keeps getting pushed back?
He does. You're right. But again, it all
where is Joe Habib? Where is Joe Habib so I could kill him?
I don't know where the beef there is. I don't know, man. I mean,
he's
like
the one
that
hates on Haymon. So I know that
people are rooting for
hate.
Uncle Al.
Say what?
People are rooting for Uncle Al now, which is weird.
Well, we have to. We have to because we want you, Vic. You don't want to pay $75. Matter of fact, let's take it to the streets. Let's take it to the streets. And I'm sure he doesn't want to pay $75. Motherfucking real. That is definitely not you.
Yeah. To all the killers and the $100, I got you stuck off the realness. We be the infamous, you heard of us. Official Queensbridge murderers.
Yo, what up?
Hello?
Oh, this is not QB.
Hello?
Yeah, who's this? Suleiman?
Yeah, how you doing?
What's up,
Listen,
brother?
How's everything, man? Your show's fantastic, man. Listen, right now, Al Haymon, I think he's doing a great job. He's developing talent. He's gonna use NBC as a hotbed to develop talent. I don't see why everybody's complaining about that. He's taking all the risks, but in the long run, boxing is gonna do good. Now, what I want to talk about this guy, Hassan Indam. The guy fights like an Angelo Dundee fighter. Everything about him is fantastic. He moves in the ring beautiful.
Suleiman,
he has a nice jab.
Suleiman.
Yes.
Can you get out the hallway because we're getting a serious echo?
Do you hear me better now?
I mean, it's very empty in that room that you're talking. That's the problem. But go ahead, forget it. We'll deal with it.
Okay, so this Hassan, you hear me better now?
Yes.
The Hassan Indam, that guy's fantastic, man. I think people should start talking more about the trainers because this trainer that Curtis Stevens has, if he had any training background, he would have told them a game plan. He just kept telling Curtis Stevens to go in there and take him out this round, take him out this round. He could have told the guy, look, time the jab when Hassan Indam throws the jab, go over with the right, or load up on the lead right and just work them with combinations and step in. But he wasn't doing that. He wasn't giving no kind of tips to Curtis Stevens. He was just telling him go in there and knock him out. And then Hassan Indam was fighting beautiful. I think, in my opinion, this guy he's fighting like an Angelo Dundee fighter, and he could win another title again. Also about Oscar de la Hoya, he's another one. He's developing good talent. I mean, all his fighters and all his shows, they look in shape when they fight. I think that's what Al Haymon is trying to do right now. He's trying to develop a hotbed to develop better talent. I don't see why is there a problem with that.
Me neither. Plus, he's trying to give it to you for free.
Yep, that's what it's not for free because I mean, if we're getting it for free. Boxing is getting it for free, but they're getting endorsements. I mean, he's gonna get endorsements. It's gonna be like a Sugar Ray Leonard style when Sugar Ray Leonard was fighting on TV. He was getting a lot of endorsements, and so forth. And that's good for boxing. That's good for the sport.
That's right, Suleiman. Let me get to some other callers. Thanks for calling in, brother. If you're calling from Skype, you're live. Who's this? Yo. All right. 718, you're live. Who's this?
Yo, Ness, man. Yo, what's good, man?
Yo, I played your
intro.
My
intro for that dude, man. Yo, it's all good. Yo, Al Haymon won. Yo, think about it, man. That's a good look. If that shit is going like it is, that's a good look for Al Haymon and them, man. I hope that shit go through like that, man. For real. We need that in this sport. We need that. And whoever don't like it, tough titty, man. Real talk. But yeah, but I want to talk about Stevenson, man. Yo, he went in there trying to fight like Triple. He went in there trying to fight like Kid Chocolate on some knockout shit, yo. He didn't even fight his fight. He went in there thinking he gonna knock, cause he must have thought he gonna knock him down like Kid Chocolate knocked him down multiple times. So he went in there on a different game plan, just trying to knock him out. He wasn't even boxing. That dude was clocking. Then he doing this weird shit with his foot back and forth. Man, that dude Adam is no joke. I like him, man. Man, then he caught him with that, man. He knocked him down. Stevenson, he washed up. He washed, man. He from New York, but his time is. He might as well retire, man. He done. He done, man. He trying to be like Kid Chocolate. He got to fight his own fight. You went in there just on some power, thinking you going to knock him out. No setting up, no jab, no doing nothing. That's crazy, man. He lost that fight. I believe he could beat him too, man. I was so hurt, man. I was so mad, man. Like, this nigga, man, his corner kept telling him, man, set up the jab. What's wrong with him? He went in there thinking he gonna just knock him out, man. The dude using the motherfucking ring and all that. Excuse my French and all that for the callers, whatever. But yeah, he using the whole ring. They even had a smaller ring in his favor, and he couldn't do nothing with him. That shame on him. I thought he can fight better than that, Ness. I couldn't believe it, man. He fought better than that with Triple G. What's wrong with that dude, man? Get that nigga a crow, man. Get Stevenson a crow for that, man. All right, Ness, man. Y'all be good. I'll be listening, man. Yeah, let him eat that.
Yo, man. He's so right, yo. I was hurt too, man. I couldn't believe it. Listen, I literally fell asleep. I'm not lying. And so I had to wake up, and I went to the site, and I couldn't believe what I read. So I watched it during work, and man, and Dom was just sticking him with the jab. Now, in my opinion, and Dom was very inaccurate though, but he was doing enough. He got good legs. He showed good legs, and look. You know, I'm not mad. I'm going to eat some crow too because that's what you guys like. But I said that, you know, we hadn't seen Ndam only in that Quillin fight. But forget Ness. What does this mean? Does this mean now that Peter Quillin is better than we thought? Because a lot of you guys shit on Pete. A lot of you thought Pete was garbage. You say it all the time that he's the weakest champion. And Dom just outclassed Curtis Stevens. Clearly, Triple G beat Stevens the best, but where does this put Peter Quillin? And now, you know, and Dom's a player again. Let's get to some other callers here, man.
I think Dom is gonna beat the winner of Solomon Taylor. So put that for what it's worth. I mean, I don't think Solomon's that good, and Jermaine Taylor's, you know.
Let me ask you
Jermaine
something,
Taylor.
Vic.
I mean, he ain't the same Jermaine Taylor we've come to know.
Let me ask you something. How long, how many days does the IBF normally give for a fight to take place? Because my question is, if Solomon loses and Jermaine Taylor has that belt, how long are they gonna postpone that purse bid for Ndam and Taylor because they want to get to NBC?
Well, I mean, I think it's 90 days.
So that'll put us in December.
Done. But I mean, even so, I think Al Haymon will work with Michael King. I mean, Michael King doesn't have any allegiances to any network, and Michael King told us himself that he would want to stage more fights on network television, not on Showtime and HBO. So,
yo, now that you say that, right? What if it isn't Leo Margolis or anybody? What if it is King? And that's why it's network television. Now that would be a twist. Dun dun dun. Let's get to some callers here.
Introducing the hard-hitting ringside Robbie.
Hey Ness, a couple of shows back when you were talking about this NBC deal, you said it was 41 dates. It's only 24?
Yeah, it's 24.
Okay. I think this is good for boxing because, you know, I grew up with boxing on network TV. So, you know, I'm not gonna shit on somebody putting boxing back on network TV. That's just a plus for us, whether it's Al Haymon or not. And I'm glad that Kathy Duva put out the goods. This is good stuff. Now, I said on last show I was starting to go against Haymon because I didn't like what he was doing. But, you know, now that this has come out, this is a plus for boxing, and it makes Showtime and HBO and people like Canelo and Mayweather step up their game to actually put on fights that boxing fans would want to pay for. I mean, if we have the option of seeing fights free, we're going to do that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I just don't see why anyone wouldn't back now that the details are out. And even Kathy Duva is saying if he fails, it's bad for the sport you love. well, then you shouldn't be calling in here still saying Heyman's the devil, because you have to sign with the devil or you won't get boxing. Well, you'll get boxing on HBO still, but you're paying his monthly subscription. You're paying. Listen, he's trying to bring boxing to football. Regular TV, sponsorships in the middle of that. You know, fuck it. We'll break out some halftime shows if we need to. I don't know what's up with y'all, man. Get on board.
Now look. A lot of you guys that call into this show are younger than I am. I'm telling you, when I was growing up in the 70s and 80s, boxing was always on network TV on the weekends. I mean, that's how I got into the sport. So, for those of you that aren't old enough to remember that, this is nothing but a good thing. I mean, you're not going to have the Tuesday night fights like we used to have on USA and Top Rank Boxing on ESPN. This is actually going to be network boxing on Saturday afternoons. You know, so for those of you that aren't used to that, this is definitely a plus.
Again, we're all assuming here, but obviously the quote is he's taking all his fighters. And if you're going to get, again, a Broner versus anybody, like honestly, versus anybody for free TV, you're going to be fucking mad? I mean, okay, not a Salka. He's still wrong for that. We're still hurting. I understand. But there was a bigger picture. There was a plan, obviously, was to, again, like I assumed all those many months ago, get his fighters off of their contracts so that they could be all free for NBC. Mind you, I interviewed Omar Figueroa, who contract is expired with Golden Boy, and as of right now, his father and Al Haymon will decide if he re-ups with Golden Boy. And I took him back. I'm going to put that audio out because I took him back because I tried to get him to say he was going to be loyal, because when he got signed, I think he was like 19 or something, or maybe 17, I think. And I know there was a few videos. His high school had put out a documentary and everything, and Oscar De La Hoya went to his school, and he was all surprised because Oscar's his idol, and he signed him right there in the fucking principal's office, and then he's a Golden Boy fighter, and now he became a champion under Oscar and Golden Boy, and he's out. That contract is up, and he doesn't know if he's re-signing. So 678, you're live on the Boxer Voice. Who's this?
This is Zane, man. First time caller.
Oh, wait a minute, brother, because we got something special for our first time callers.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
Yeah, man, this is Zane from Atlanta, Georgia.
All right, Zane, talk to us.
Yeah, the Al Haymon thing, man. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't a big Al Haymon fan, but I mean, if he does what he says he's gonna do with the NBC thing, I mean, we're winning. That's it, you know what I mean? Like, if we get the good matches that we want, we're winning. The boxing fans are with it, man. But I just wanna hey, I appreciate y'all, everything y'all do, man. I just started listening to the show probably about a week ago. And yeah, I like what y'all do, man. But I don't know if y'all touched on it, but I want to talk about that Ricardo Alvarez fight. I mean, they keep trying to push this guy down our throat. That was a horrible fight. Ricardo Alvarez
versus.
Oh, he's talking about the Monday card on Fox Sports 1, Ness.
Yeah, I don't know if you touched on it.
No, I didn't.
I mean, did you see the fight?
Nah, I didn't see Monday fights.
Man, this guy, he had like a 46-year-old dude in there. He looked like he was 80. I mean, chasing him around the ring.
No, I watched it, and I totally agree with you. Ricardo Alvarez is a fighter that gets too many TV dates, and he doesn't deserve them. I totally agree with you because I watched that card. The only fighter worth watching on that entire card was Jojo Diaz.
Yeah, he was crisp. I like Jojo, but I mean, Ricardo, man, they got a guy on airtime. It was horrible. And
did he get the win? Because he He robbed. So
Yeah.
who'd he rob?
Yeah, he got the win because he was fighting a 46-year-old dude that was a former champion way back in the early 2000s and had no business being in there. He got the win. It was a unanimous decision.
Yeah, he retired and stayed out of boxing for like 10 years, decided to get back into the ring. And I think he had one fight prior to this.
Yeah,
he was basically telling him, come on, hitting his chest. And he was chasing him around the ring. He was chasing Alvarez around the ring.
Well, let me just tell you,
Alvarez didn't hurt him.
That's not going to stop because you got to understand one hand washes the other. And Canelo Alvarez didn't stick with Oscar De La Hoya for nothing. He wants to take Canelo Promotions off the floor. And Canelo Promotions has, of course, Ricardo Alvarez and Rigoberto. And they got a few other fighters that aren't his brothers, but it's the same thing that Espinosa just did with Funfora. He told Funfora, listen, we're going to let Stevens beat on you, but we'll bring you back. We'll bring you back and let you get a win on a network versus some dude nobody ever heard of. His name like Dudu Embu or some shit like that. I know somebody eventually call in talking about him, but Funfora going to be fighting a nobody November 1st. And that's part of boxing, brother. They always do these backroom deals. Remember when Timothy Bradley and Devin Alexander fought each other, and then they had guaranteed HBO dates for like 1.2 million?
Yeah.
They always do this, brother. Don't think that Canelo ain't get a couple freebies too for this new deal he just signed with HBO. Man, they do what they got to do.
Yeah, man. I mean, I understand that. I'm just saying it wasn't impressive, not the least bit. It was horrible.
He's never been impressive. He robbed Rod Salka in front of my eyes. Like, I'm not a Rod Salka.
Oh yeah, I seen it on Showbox.
Yep. No. Yeah, it wasn't on Showbox. It was on the Adrian Broner Maidana card. I was live at that fight and I couldn't believe they brought.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
That was a Show Extreme fight. Yeah.
No. But
I understand. And the Stevenson fight, man, it just looked like his effort, man. Like he was just chasing him around. He couldn't cut off the ring. I mean, he cut him off none of the time. It was
Stevens did a horrible job cutting that ring off. I don't even think he cut the ring off ever. And sometimes he would even run. Man. He would even like literally run in the ring up to end up like, oh man, it's true what that other caller said. He was just looking for the knockout. That was QB.
Yeah, man. But even like, I think it's like after the 7th, 8th round, I mean, it looked like his confidence just went down. Like he knew he wasn't getting it. And it was an unspirited effort.
I mean, you know what the problem is, dude?
I was disappointed because I was wanting Curtis to win. You know, it seems like every time he gets on the big stage or he has a chance to get a step up and get some a good payday, man, it seems like he messes it up every time.
Absolutely right, man. Absolutely right.
But, hey, brother, I just want to put my little 2 cents in, man. Like I said, I love the show. Y'all got my support.
All right, brother. Well, thanks for calling in, man. And drop us a 5-star review on iTunes, brother. Keep us out here. He said some interesting things, and he's absolutely right. Curtis Stevens was literally chasing Ndom. Like, you don't follow a fighter around the ring. You got to cut the ring off, and he wasn't doing that. And what QB said also, man, that's why I love this show, and I love you callers because you guys know more than me at times, or most of the time, because you've definitely been picking them better than I have. But he was wrapped up into that power. He really thought. I mean, what that ego was burst last night when he seen he was throwing everything in his fucking arsenal and he couldn't even drop Ndom. And I believe I agree with Teddy Atlas. That body shot was a knockdown. It don't matter if he slipped. He got hit and then slipped, and that's supposed to be counted as a knockdown. But let's get to some callers here. I don't know if this is MV Chew, and I bet you I play this intro and it's not. It's going to be Ari this time or Roos. I'm going to still play it, though.
With the blood of a Scottish warrior coursing through his veins, this man proclaimed,
I fucking love boxing. Sam and Nez, Vic, Robbie.
Yes, I got it right this time.
You got it right. You got it right.
Yeah, that's cool.
What I'm not happy about, Nez, is your love for Al Heyman.
I'm glad that you called in because I hope you give me a good debate. All right? Give me a good one.
I'll address it like this. Al Heyman is like a guy who takes his partner out to the finest restaurant, a Michelin star restaurant, gets the best of everything, wines and dines his partner. Then later on that night, beats her the fuck up in an elevator. He's Ray Rice. I know you guys know he's Solange.
You're calling Al Heyman Ray Rice. That's great.
I say he's everything is not what he seems. He takes, he gives.
We don't know.
And then he takes some more. He's leading you down the primrose path, Nez. He's giving you a little bit of hope, but I guarantee you, he's going to take that away. Those dates on NBC will be the worst thing that happens for boxing, because those fights will probably be shit. Those fights will probably be shit. How would that help boxing if those fights, if you see a Danny Garcia against Rod Salka, how is that going to help if more people see that?
Can I interrupt? Can I interrupt just to debate a little bit, just to rebuttal just a little bit?
Of course.
He's investing $20 million to get his fighters on the network. Now, I'm not going to go any further than that. I'm just going to ask you, why would any man invest $20 million and not try to make a return on his money? So he's just going to put $20 million on and put shit fights because he knows that's going to do ratings, when he already knows that the shit fights he put on this year, the numbers came in and they were low. But he also knows that the good fights he put on in 2013, the numbers were in and they were high. So now if he was doing 2013 for free, okay, because he was using HBO and Showtime's money in the past, now he has to use his own dollar NV Chew, for everybody that calls him NB Chew, okay? Explain to me why a man would throw away $20 million plus the relationships that he's going to have to build to pay his fighters through endorsements and sponsorship, because $20 million divided into 24 dates, 4 of those being big time regular television, that's not enough money to pay Danny Garcia versus Lamont Peterson or Danny Garcia versus Rod Salka. But it's your turn.
I'll tell you why. Because like any man who takes a woman or a partner out for a meal, if they spend some cash, the more they're going to impress. He's not doing that for NBC. What is $20 million for NBC? That's nothing, I think. That's like a drop in the ocean. He's doing that to show the boxing fans, to show gullible people like yourself that, oh no, he's actually investing in money. He's actually trying to do something for the boxing fan. But he's not. He's just spending a little to take a lot at the end.
Is it my turn?
That's what he's doing.
Is it my turn?
Of course.
Okay, so my rebuttal to you saying, listen up, listeners, because I never try to let my callers, and in this case, a very close friend here in NV Chew, lead you astray. Now, why would Al Heyman do this alleged, according to MV Chew, charity $20 million so that he can get us gullible fans, right? When fans, casual fans, They don't read boxing websites. They don't know that Al Haymon invested 20 million. MV Chew. The people that go watch 1.3 of Canelo or Triple G, you're telling me all those people are on boxing websites and they know that they're gonna know. Are they gonna know that he's gonna invest 20 million? That's what you're telling us? That's what you want to have my listeners believe?
But Ness, you could also point to the fact that they're not going to know who Rob Salka is either, and because of his record, they might think of him as a credible opponent.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But again, he's seen the numbers when he put Rod Salka in. And again, Rod Salka clearly was a sacrificial lamb to get Danny, keep Danny undefeated because he's got to go to NBC.
Nez,
I don't know. I think the point MV Chew is making is, he's using the boyfriend-girlfriend reference. I mean, Al Haymon cheated twice, so then she thinks he's not going to do it again. I mean, what's going to change Al Haymon?
Any better.
I mean, the girl that's going to stay with the guy that cheated on him twice, I mean, she's a fucking moron. And we, the boxing fans, are going to continue to be the morons,
Okay. Now, you're telling me that there aren't any couples still together after one cheated on the other, after one had a child out of wedlock, all types of shit happens. So him using a metaphor about a relationship is ridiculous because the fucking love word kills all that. It kills that argument. And guess what? Love is included in this because we love boxing. We love boxing.
I don't love boxing anymore.
Okay.
I fucking hate boxing.
Hey!
I
just have you. I want you to know. I want you to know.
You gotta change that intro.
Listen, I want you to know that MV Chew has his own fucking problems over there on his side of the pond with Sky Sports. Eddie Hearn taking a page out of these sharks' book here and making Bellew cleverly pay-per-fucking-view. So
that's disgusting.
Don't come over here shitting on our shit when you got your own shit to shovel.
Of course, the bigger picture is these guys are used to pay-per-view money. They're used to big money. So there's going to be, if Al Haymon wants to go without pay-per-view, where is he going to get the money from? Even British fighters are used to
Let me just stop you. Let me just stop you because Victor is going to help me continue to destroy your weak ass argument. Victor, what did Michael King, promoter of King Sports, tell us that ESPN paid for the, I mean, whatever network he said paid for the football?
ESPN pays for football. They pay for Monday Night Football. They pay $1.3 billion for the season, which means that's over $100 million per game.
Okay, MV Chew. So when there's a demand for something, my little friend from across the fucking pond, people pay. And Al Haymon can find sponsors who will pay. AT&T has been paying for how long to be under the little clock on a pay-per-view fight? Tecate, Corona, how long have they been paying? How many years?
These are like ethnic sponsors.
It doesn't MV Chew, but now we're talking about free television. It opens the door up to millions and millions and millions of television screens. So again, that's how you entice advertisers, by telling them, listen, Tyson fucking Fury and Steve Cunningham did $4 million. Imagine what Danny Garcia Lamont Peterson's gonna do. Or Danny Garcia Broner. Whoa.
This will only work. Nah, man, I disagree.
Okay, we roll. You ain't popping no champagne. You ain't popping no champagne. You ain't hopping no damn plane. Okay, we roll.
Hey. You're a Danny Garcia lover, and that is undeniable. But is Danny Garcia really going to be a bigger star on NBC when he's fighting the fucking bums that he's fighting. People are not stupid. Even the casual fan isn't stupid. A casual fan can look at a fight, watch 30 seconds of it, and just decide that, oh, okay, one guy is a lot bigger than the other and one guy is a lot better than the other. So unless Danny Garcia, for example, unless Danny Garcia gets a competitive fight on free television, his fan base will not grow, it will decrease, because people will think he's a bully. So if Al Haymon's got a choice, if he continues to fight, if he continues to protect his fighters, then the opposite will happen for boxing. Boxing's numbers will decrease after a short spike upwards. It will fucking fall rapidly. If you can't see that point, then, you know, I don't know why you're fucking in love with boxing, man. I thought you loved boxing. What you're doing is you're fucking protecting guys who are hurting boxing now. I expected better. Al Haymon is a fucking creep. He's a ghoul. He wants what Don King wants. He wants what Bob Arum wants. He's not a fan of boxing.
If he wants what they want, why is he the one that charges the least?
This is all a play. What do you mean he's the one that charges the least? That's what he's talking about.
His percentage that he gets from his fighters.
His percentage. He gets 10%. He gets 10%, dude.
Al Haymon charges the least, brother. I'm the one with the Al Haymon. I'm the one that interviews all the fighters that are signed to Al. You guys don't even ask that question. Anyway, Steve Kim could tell you that. He said it on his show numerous times. Numerous.
Yo, nothing for something in your chat room just said it. He said the first hit is for free, Nez.
Yo, who's got the something's playing in the background?
This is just a taste, Nez. On one hand is the stick, the other hand is the carrot. He's giving you the carrot first.
Okay.
Next time it's going to be the
MV2,
fucking stick.
But you're making all these little, you know, cute and funny analogies, but you still haven't answered the question about him investing his own money. Who
probably money that he's made
who gambles with $20 million?
A very rich man who wants to get richer.
Okay. And you think that he wants to get richer, right? He's gonna gamble $20 million on mismatch fights that already proven that they do bad numbers.
But Neff, he has a big stable. I mean, how is he gonna fit all these guys into one network?
But maybe he's not.
Don't know.
Maybe he's not.
I just don't know.
Maybe he's not.
Don't know. I mean, he just said he's not. He's going to compete with HBO and Showtime. Well, that's what Kathy Duva said. I mean, his stable was what, 70 fighters? I mean, you can't. And 24 dates. I mean, you got to have something else.
All right, Vic, but Vic, hold on a minute, MV2. Vic, remember that Kathy Duva was gifted extra dates when her series started to produce. They were pleased and they gave her extra dates. Don't forget that. Why wouldn't that
now
be?
Now you're just throwing in ifs.
No. I'm not throwing ifs. I'm not throwing ifs. What I'm saying is, if that was already in play for Kathy Duva, why wouldn't it be in play for him?
Because I don't think Kathy Duva had 24 dates.
It wouldn't matter, man. I'm sure that he has. Listen, this is only a little bit that we were privy to find out. There's more to come.
I don't know. You're gonna have to pay $9.99 for the Haymon boxing app.
And I wouldn't mind that.
Theaters near you. So then you're just going back on. You know, he's giving us this stuff for free when he's really not. If he does that.
Well, okay. Now listen. If you have to pay $10.99, the same less than what you pay for HBO, right? Does it matter if that's where you see Broner, Garcia, Lamont Peterson, Lucas?
Well, I'm paying $15 for HBO, but I also like Boardwalk Empire. I also like
but let me finish. Let me finish, right? So that's
I'm
where.
not just paying 15 for boxing.
So the subscription is where you're gonna see Garcia and all those guys, right? And on the other one is where you'll see Errol Spence, Marcus Brown, Dominic Wade, I don't know, Rances Bartholomew, maybe Miguel Vasquez, those type of names. John Molina, you know. Is that a problem? I'm asking. I'm not being sarcastic.
As long as they're fighting people and not.
I mean, because let me just remind you, some of the other dates were Thomas Adamic versus Nagy Aguilera. You know, they had some good, but they had some bad.
Absolutely, but that doesn't mean, you know, we give Al Haymon a pass just because he's bringing us 4 NBC fights.
Okay, so we don't give Al Haymon a pass, but we give Kathy Duva a pass for giving us Steve Cunningham versus Amir Mansour.
Well, that's a good fight. What do you mean? Steve Cunningham, Amir Mansour, that's a good fight.
Okay, hey, MV Chu, please be honest. Amir Mansour is 42 years old, and Steve Cunningham never been a heavyweight. Was that a good fight? It doesn't matter how it looked, MV Chu. Don't matter what turned out. It doesn't matter what turned out. On paper, the way you guys kill every other fight, I'm asking you to assess that fight on paper.
On paper, that if you know boxing, that was a good fight. That was boxing.
You're such a fucking Vic lover. You're such a Vic lover, yo. He's a Vic lover. He's a Vic lover. It's all good.
Okay, I'm a Vic lover. Dude, that when that fight came out, I thought it was a good main event. Especially, you know, being Cunningham, being from Philly, I thought it would do well, and it turned out to be one of probably the best card of the year because Curtis Stevens, Turiano Johnson was on the undercard, and I thought that was a better fight.
Yep.
That was a good card. I mean, but Nagy Aguilera fighting whatever the fuck, you know, Thomas Demick. Terrible fight. You know, to be Sumachunu fighting.
What about
Zab
Judah? Didn't Zab Judah fight like Patrick Lopez on NBC at the Prudential Center?
I don't remember that. I mean, that's 2 or 3 years ago, maybe. I don't remember, but I know he fought Vernon Paris. I thought that was a solid fight.
Yeah, that was a good fight, but that was also the undercard,
but even
right?
even if, like, you know, when freaking, you know, what's that dude's name? Not Adamek. The other heavyweight that she has, the Russian dude.
Yeah. I forgot his name.
Well, when he fought Garrett Wilson, we said that was a shit.
Oh, Glaskov. Glaskov.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it was a late replacement, but still it was a shit fight. And Nagy Aguilera being in the main event was a shit fight. The dude Tutupu versus Brian Jennings was, I mean, they're shit fights. We call them on it. I mean, it's just got to be the same. I mean, I just don't want it to be some bullshit that Al Haymon brings that he was giving us at the other 2 networks.
Yep.
I just don't believe that's the case when you're investing your own money. I don't see that. I don't see. Like if you're, that's like, because remember, this is now going to be Haymon Boxing. It's not going to be HBO. It's not going to be show. It's Haymon Boxing. Why would you start a company to make it bankrupt? That's what I'm saying. Think about that.
Because he's the only, I mean, he's left the other 2 companies worse off when he started.
They weren't his, Vic. They weren't his.
He controlled most of it for the time being.
Casualties of war. Casualties of war.
And now there is no one to control him.
Okay.
Yep, sabotage. Yep.
No, listen, there is always gonna listen, just because he thinks he's gonna compete doesn't mean he's gonna compete. Because HBO is still HBO, and they still got they got everybody, and they got unlimited pockets. So they're not gonna stop getting fights. They're gonna still do business with Golden Boy and Top Rank and Leon Margot and everybody. Haymon is the one that's going to be trying to do business with everybody now because he has to produce now. Now he's the network. You don't get it?
Nah, Nez, I don't get it. I just want to ask you a question. Do you think Al Haymon loves boxing?
I think so.
Yes or no? Yes,
said I
you
think
think
so.
so. Well, how come he can't get a good matchmaker?
Well, because he's not a
Kathy Duva was
promoter.
a matchmaker.
Because he's not a promoter. So why would he hire a matchmaker?
He gives the yes or no. He gives the yes or no. He was the one behind Danny Garcia and Rod Salka. Is that not true?
And you know that I've entertained your debate, but you are not making any points but old points. We all know that Salka took place. And a lot of us believe that he was wearing contracts out and keeping his fighters undefeated because there was a bigger picture. We always had the assumption that there was he had a plan. What's Al Haymon up to? And now you know. So you bringing up Rod Salka really doesn't hurt as much as it did back then when it took place, because now we know why.
In a court of law, when you've got Exhibit A, you don't throw out Exhibit A because it's old. Still Exhibit A. So Exhibit A is right there. I'm going to use it. There's Exhibit B as well.
Okay, well, then that can't even be Exhibit A.
I mean,
wait a minute, Vic, because that can't even be Exhibit A, because Exhibit A would be 2013.
That's for the defense.
That'd be Exhibit B, because he also did shit at HBO.
He did.
He still gave us 2013. When he was in control, that's what he gave you.
Okay, and he gave us shit on HBO most of the time.
He gave fighters guaranteed contracts that the networks couldn't afford. He gave Floyd Mayweather a contract that Showtime can't afford, and look at the damage that's caused. They've spent all their budget and they can't give fighters like Keith Furman, who everybody wants to see, a fucking fight.
Casualty of war, man. Casualty of war. You're not getting it. You're not getting it. Listen, let's talk big business, okay? Vic, you're in that business, right? When a big corporation is gonna buy out, let's talk cellular phones, all right? When a cellular phone company is gonna take over another one, do they give a fuck about the employees?
Obviously not.
All right then. But guess what? In the long run, the takeover means better service for their subscribers. Why? Because now they have their cell towers and the other one. You guys got to get off this little baby shit, my niggas. It's fucking casualties and everything. Everything.
There's casualties, but there's a history of him not doing good for the sport.
There's a history of him. Listen, there's a history of him growing his stable and doing whatever it needed to, whatever it had to do, whatever it took to grow his stable and to get his money right for him to make his play. This is his power play. Why can't y'all understand that? He may fail.
It's a power play. I mean, that's fine, but you just don't. I'm just not all tooting horns because I've seen his destruction. I've seen it. We've seen it firsthand.
No, and that's the point.
That's the point. Look at this weekend's card. You know, the best fight is a Friday night fight type of main event, and that's Willie Nelson and Vanes Martirosyan. And then we go to November 1st. I mean, Thomas Fonfora is fighting some dude named Doodoo.
But Fonfora is Fonfora signed to Al Haymon too?
Yes, he is.
Damn.
Fonfora fighting Doodoo. Who else is on that card? I mean,
it's all Doodoo. It's all Doodoo. The best fight is Abner Cotto hopefully getting knocked out by my Dominican boy Javier Fortuna. And that's a Samson Nowickiewicz fighter.
That's a Friday night fight. That's a Friday night fight, in my opinion. I mean,
but how is that Haymon's fault when Javier Fortuna is not a Haymon fighter? Abner Cotto's not a Haymon fighter.
No, he is. Javier Fortuna is a Haymon fighter.
What? Yeah,
he signed some of Samson's guys about 2 months ago.
But are you sure? Because I talked to Samson very recently, and he gave me Javier Fortuna's Dominican number. Javier Fortuna's in DR, and he didn't tell me nothing about that. You sure?
No, he signed him. I spoke to him. I spoke to him in Vegas.
Okay, that's so funny because before this fight even got made, I was trying to, see what's up with my boy. That's my last Dominican hope right there. And I ain't get none of that. None of that. But you already know why these are one-sided fights, because they got to fight on NBC. Yo, anybody, let me ask y'all something. Let me get to some callers. Wait. Let me get to some callers.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I hope it turns out good, but don't get me saying, oh yeah, it's definitely gonna turn out good, because history proves you otherwise.
I need me a good hood street nigga, and I know where to get him from.
It's Baltimore, gentlemen. The gods will not save you.
Hey, Wood, tell me, did you see New Jack City?
Yeah, I seen New Jack City.
Did anybody care that was working in the Carter what the fuck was happening, or was they caring about their money?
No, it was caring about their money.
All right then.
But check this out, the dude you was talking to, man. He has some good points, man. The thing go. He got the blood of a Scottish warrior, but he got the brain of a Scottish moron, man. He got the brain of a Scottish moron. I'm gonna ask you a question. That's right. So check this shit out, yo. Suppose a nigga sell you Al Haymon, right? He said Al Haymon sell you a car, the car of your dreams and shit. Motherfucker got a perfect engine, inside look good, everything, the system banging, everything good.
It got some rims on it?
I'm gonna buy this motherfucker, but guess what though? This motherfucker ain't got no motherfucking brakes. And you drive down the street and damn near kill yourself. Will you buy another car from this motherfucker, yo?
So you on MV Chu's side now?
I'm asking you a question. No, I'm asking you a question. Would you buy a car from this motherfucker again?
If the price is right, I would buy a car, but I would know going into my negotiations that there's specific things that I need to ask. Does this engine work? Do these brakes work? Is there anything wrong with this car since the last car you sold me was all fucked up, but it looked pretty? That's what I would ask.
Okay. So
do we get to ask Al Haymon those questions?
You don't get to ask Al Haymon all that shit. Check this out. Now, after you bought this car from him and shit like that, then you turn around and see this motherfucker in the airport. This motherfucker, you got some money in your pocket. You gonna catch a private plane. This motherfucking private plane got everything. It got liquor on it. It got bitches on it. Got everything you want on it. Peanuts, drinks, everything fuck you want.
Peanuts.
TV. But guess what? Though? This motherfucker ain't got no gas to land.
No gas to land or no runway?
You damn near kill yourself again. Would you still fuck with this motherfucker again?
Yeah, because it was my own fault for making sure. Yeah, because I didn't check. No. Wait a minute.
I know you. I know you ain't there. You crazy.
Yo, I say yeah because guess what? He said he sold me a good working plane. I'm the one didn't check if it had gas. That's my own fault.
God damn, man. So what do this motherfucker got to do to you to say this motherfucker ain't no motherfucking good, yo?
So wait a minute. Wait, are you on my side then? You agree with me?
Yeah, I agree with you, but you were just saying the way you was putting your shit is just not like it just wasn't serious enough.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Wait, MV Chu. Let me get this straight. So you're saying MV Chu's analogies were no good, but your airplane and car with spinners in a system is a better analogy.
But this motherfucker ain't got no brakes. I'm telling you, that's serious shit. Would you buy another car from this motherfucker? Yes or no?
Classic, yo, Wood. You are amazing, dude. You're amazing. But listen.
Would you buy
know what's the saddest part?
You
know what's the saddest part? If Al Haymon sold me a car, I won't need the brakes because I'm driving straight down to Baltimore to pick you up to drive to the airport to the plane I got from Al Haymon, because you know me and you go about the party on his private jet with all them bitches you said was on it. So stop lying.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm a party with the bitches, but I'm gonna crash with you.
I see.
If some bitches on there, I'm gonna crash with you.
You're gonna watch some NBC and Al Haymon on network TV. Yeah.
Yeah,
Let me get
yo,
to some other callers,
look,
man.
hey, Nas, we be up there watching your boy Danny Garcia knock out Raw Soccer with the bitches and shit.
Never been a lame-o, never been a lame-o.
That's fucking right.
Hey, yo, we be having a good time up there. We be having a good time up in the air watching Danny Garcia knock out Raw Soccer and shit. Yo, that'd be all right, yo. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It's something about this dude, man. I don't know how many times this nigga gotta burn me, man. He burnt me enough times, but yo, you may be right, yo, but I just can't. I can't go with him right now until he prove me wrong. And this some motherfucker calling me retarded. Yo, I wish this nigga. Who the fuck is Killer Sean, yo?
Yo, get out that chat, Wood. Let me get to some other callers here. 403. I think this is my boy, man. I think this might be Jose, so I'm going to just go ahead and wing it and see if it's him. Hold on. Let me, yeah, it got to be him because he's staying quiet.
Popping all this champagne, popping all this rose, getting money like Jose, chain code, Norway.
Yo, man. What's up, guys? You know what? I think everyone's missing the analogy, man. The Al Haymon analogy is you take a girl to dinner, you wine and dine her, you don't beat the shit out of her, you get the girl to give you a blowjob on the way home. That's what you guys are missing. Right? So this is the thing. Al Haymon has the potential of doing what? You think he's going to fuck himself over, lose all those millions? No way. This guy's a businessman. He's making all these deals with these guys, giving them these easy fights on HBO and Showtime. And come when it's NBC time, he's going to call his favors back. And he's going to get his big guys to fight on NBC, man. It's the only thing that makes sense. He's going to grow. He's going to get some expectation going. He's got to get some good guys on there. Otherwise, no one's going to see. The way Heyman's going to make money is by making all the bars and the restaurants show the boxing matches. And all those restaurants and bars have to pay money. That's how, like, UFC makes so much money, because all these companies, all these bars and restaurants have to pay to actually physically show the fights, right? So that's the strategy, guys. So at the end of the day, like, what's the harm if Haymon fucks up? Who cares? Like, why is everyone being so, like, negative and, you know, just downer about it, right? So, I mean, maybe that's just me. I'm always being a little positive, but
nah, Jose,
I think you guys are looking at things the wrong way.
Now, Jose, you know why? You're so right, because I've watched I've watched you grow, like, from this little casual fan that stumbled across a radio show to this guy that gets all the picks right and bets everybody and wins a bunch of fucking money, to a guy that flies from Canada to Vegas. From Canada, he's going to B-Hop. Dude, what you're saying is just common sense. And I know that it's true, because I've watched you go from a casual fan to a hardcore and still be able to keep your sanity throughout all the bullshit that took place, which means that you're a true fan of this sport, man. And you believe in the better good. And these guys, they're just bitter right now, but they'll be back once they get a little bit. They're talking about the carrot dangling in front of me. Once those fights start popping off on NBC, we'll see who's fucking chasing the carrot.
Yeah, it'll be exciting, man. At the end of the day, Haymon is a businessman. He's gonna create the buzz on NBC, and then from there, he's gonna grab the top guys. Like, he's basically gonna start feeding his guys against each other. It's gonna be mutiny. But the guys that survive and the guys that win, then those guys are gonna go to, like, pay-per-view, and he's gonna make even more money, man. So this guy, I mean, you could look at it that way and think he's gonna be a genius and he's gonna make money. He's gonna bring boxing back onto mainstream, right? So, I mean, look at it that way. If not, you know, then what's the harm? Don't watch it. Who cares, right?
But the point, Jose, isn't the point now that we as boxing fans know that it's really going to be allegedly his fighters on regular TV? Isn't it our civic duty to just watch it and tell our friends to watch it, because we want our sport to thrive and do good, and the fact that we don't have to pay for boxing now sounds like a bonus to me.
Nah, definitely not.
It is, but you know what the thing is? He's gonna feed up guys like Peterson, guys like Matisse, guys that still have names, guys that are gonna excite us to bring our buddies and watch, because those guys owe him a favor, man. Those guys owe him a $500,000 or $1 million payday for fighting a nobody. So you know that you can't do shit for free. Everything you take, you gotta give back somehow or another. So he's gonna cash those chips in, and it's gonna be to our benefit. And yeah, a guy like Peterson might get his ass knocked out at 6 o'clock at night on NBC. Tough shit for him, right? That's just the way it's gonna be. And I think we're the ones that are gonna benefit, right? So look at it that way, guys. Like there could be something coming down the pipe that's gonna be exciting, right?
Yep. Nope. I like Jose's way of thinking. Let me get to some other callers here.
So what if he fails, Jose? What if he fails?
If he fails. What's the harm? Then I think it's better than being one step away from never being back on network television. No, but who cares? At the end of the day,
what do you mean? Who really cares? You guys like being a niche sport, and
so Vic,
if that's what you guys want it to be forever, then fine.
So Vic, Vic. So who, in your opinion, should we, the boxing fans, back that is also making a play to bring boxing back to network television where it's free for me? Just tell me, who else could I join? Could I join someone else's agenda?
You got 4 days, man. Let's be real here. 4 days isn't going to change the landscape. You know, if you're talking about 24, 26 days on NBC, a regular double weekend,
Vic,
4 days.
NBC Sports.
Kathy Duva had 4 days.
Vic.
NBC Sports, Nash. NBC Sports.
It's
NBC
free.
Sports.
It's part of regular basic cable. Even if you don't get HBO and Showtime.
And what? If it's mismatches, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, again, Mr. Negativity. Mr. Negativity.
Same shit he sent me for the last 5-6 years. Okay. 1 year. What the fuck's the difference?
Okay. So I just want to know why you're trying to have the listener believe that it's only 4 dates. It's 4 dates on Channel 4. No. It's 4 dates. It's 4 dates on Channel 4. That doesn't mean that NBC Sports can't do better ratings than ESPN, which is also on the same basic cable.
NBC Sports ain't doing better ratings than ESPN.
You don't know that.
No, you're not. You
don't know that.
For ESPN is way above NBC.
It doesn't matter how many subscribers, dude.
At the end of the day, if it's going to be the same shit, then it's going to be the same shit. I'm not going to be tooting my horn until I see the outcome.
All right, well.
But ESPN doesn't have Danny Garcia, right? ESPN doesn't have those big names that Al Haymon maybe made some backroom deals with. We don't know that, right?
They're big names to who? To us.
What do you mean?
Yeah, but you know what? At the end of the day, I think Haymon's trying to grow the sport, in my mind at least. He's not just grabbing two Neanderthals that are going to go in the ring and knock the shit out of each other and get a knockout. That's not the way to grow boxing. That's the wrong way to grow boxing. He wants to grow boxing, I hope, by putting in some good fighters in there, great fights, making something exciting and compelling, and something that'll reflect well for boxing. Like you could get a bunch of trash people to watch boxing matches if they're beating the shit out of each other and knocking each other out. That's UFC, right? So you can't copy that. You got to do something a little bit better. And hopefully he does it, right?
Yo, am I still online?
You are.
Yo.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, listen, Jose, I usually agree with you, but I disagree with everything you've said. There's no such thing as a free meal. Like, if you've ever bought an iPhone, you've got those games for the iPhone, and they say it's free, but when you get them, you find out it's not free. If you want to get to the next level, you need to buy. You need to buy a little something. There's always a catch, and I guarantee you, if Al Haymon goes on free American TV, there will be a catch.
Bad analogy. Anybody with an iPhone can download chess.com right now on their iPhone, and it's absolutely free. But what there is an option. What there is an option to pay to remove your ads. So now if you, the customer, the consumer, you want to be, you know, with no ads because that's what you desire. Well, then pay to get them off.
Well, what if I don't want to see Tecate? What if I don't want to see a fucking commercial every 2 seconds? That's a good thing.
So don't watch it. Don't watch it. But what about the millions and millions and millions of dollars that people pay just to get a little fucking commercial in between the Super Bowl? So you don't have to watch it, dude, because on network television, there's 10 million of fucking MV2. We don't need you.
Listen, there's only so much cups of tea I can make when there's a break, when there's an advert. You know what I mean? I don't want to be making a fucking cup of tea every fucking 5 minutes because there's a fucking commercial.
Okay.
I want to sit down for a sustained period and I want to watch some fights. I don't want to have a fucking advertisement every 2 seconds.
Let me
I want to
ask you
see
something.
some.
Let me ask you something, because you know we all know that I steal my Sky Sports, so I don't give a fuck. But in between my fucking rounds, depending on the fight, I see a commercial. So you don't see that?
Yeah, I see it. But
so shut up. Next caller, 732. You're live. Who's this?
732.
That's you.
My bad, brother. I ain't hear you. All right. Yeah, so it's the Angel of Wall Street. What up, Boxing Voice?
This your first time calling in?
First of all, let me eat my crow.
Okay.
Let me eat my crow, man, for my boy Curtis Stevens. Man. I want to touch on a good point. A great boxing mind told me, Stephen Breadman Edwards, trainer of J-Rock, the next 154-pound champ of Schuler Gym in Philadelphia. He told me a lot of American fighters, they don't know how to defend against great footwork, and the Dom had great footwork, and my man Curtis Stevens could not answer the bell. So I take nothing away from the Dom. Great work. I ate my crow. I lost $300 yesterday, so it is what it is. But now let's get into my man Alan Haymon, the brilliant genius.
We don't know.
No disrespect to you, MV2. You the man. I'm sure I'm gonna have a lot of people that disagree with me right now, but I think what Al Haymon doing right now is great for the. It's great having free fights on network TV, and I will tell you this. This is the point where I think you guys want to disagree. I think if the fight between Danny Garcia and Rod Salka was on free TV instead of Showtime, I think it would have been much greater numbers, because I feel like the casual fan, not us, not the hardcore fans, we want to see Danny versus Lamont or Adrian Bronner. Don't get me, Adrian Bronner versus Danny would be great, but that's a pay-per-view fight. We ain't taking money out of their pocket. I'm sorry. Put that on pay-per-view, baby. Big boys fight on pay-per-view. But Danny Garcia and Rod Salka, the casual fans want to see Danny Garcia straight start your guy. And that's exactly what he did. And that would have been a great fight for NBC. So I commend Al Haymon. Like I said, I know y'all might disagree, but hey, it is what it is. And we're going to get these numbers rolling in and keep boxing alive. And one more point before y'all jump down my throat, pause. Like, the boxing coming back on network TV, if people don't pay attention, a lot of parents are scared to put their children into Pop Warner football, because it's a lot of danger within the sport of Pop Warner football. So the more they see boxing, kids grow up saying, oh, I want to do this, instead of, oh, man, it's great for the sport. Y'all don't know the gold mine that y'all missing. I commend Al Haymon, whoever else, I don't care. Let's keep boxing alive. Kathy Duva, stop hating, baby. Just get money. Peace.
Intelligent fucking callers. Intelligent. 917, you're live. Who's this? 917. 917. You lost. 813. 813.
Hello?
Yes, that's you.
Oh, I didn't even push one. I didn't push one. I was just listening to the show.
All right, brother. 908. 908.
Hello?
Yes, 908. That's you.
Yeah. What's up, Ness? How you doing?
What's up, brother? Talk to me.
Yeah, there's John, first time caller.
Hold on. Hold on, brother. You know we got something special for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
Awesome. Anyway, Al Haymon, man, I think it's great. People don't see the big picture, and I mean, I'm going to say everything that everyone says that it's for Al Haymon. I mean, everyone's mad and talking about, oh, Raw talk of this, Raw talk of that. But at the end of the day, it's good for boxing. Like, if you promote, this is a way to promote boxing in like no other level. Like, everyone's gonna watch it. At the end of the day, everyone is gonna watch it. Even the haters, they're gonna tune in. They saw the Raw Talker fight. They saw it. It's not like they didn't watch it. So it's gonna promote it. More people are gonna start watching it. You know, it's gonna be great. Al Haymon sacrificed some fighters to easy fights, like you said. It's just great for the sport. I don't understand why everybody is hating on Al Haymon. I think it's great. He's a genius. He's a master. I mean, I could go on and on. And Showtime fucking sucks. I only have Showtime because of the boxing, and I'm just glad that most of the fighters are gonna be on NBC. So it's just great.
All right, brother. Well, thanks for calling in. You don't got anything else? First time call. I want to give you more airtime than that.
Oh yeah. What do you guys think about James Kirkland by any chance?
Man, James is he pulled out of the Gabriel Rosado fight, and he was being offered $270,000. So you make your own. And this is the second time. He also pulled out the Canelo fight like a year ago. So
exactly. How do you pull out of the biggest fight of your career with Canelo and then pull out of a Rosado fight? Like Rosado, that would have been a great fight. Rosado coming off the BKB, beating Brian Vera. I think it would have been a great fight. Great fight. And it would have put him up with more fans because the last fight he fought Glenn Tapia, a prospect from Jersey. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand this dude. Like, fighting Canelo would have been great for him. It would have been an entertaining fight. I think it would have been better, a more exciting fight than the Clottey fight, in my opinion. So, it's just really, you don't understand this guy. I really don't understand this guy at all.
Yeah, me neither, brother. But thanks for calling in. I'm going to get to some other callers. But I'll say one thing that I think that maybe the Clottey fight could be good if Clottey fights the way that he fought Mundine. But again, that was Mundine, so it gave him a reason to open up. And versus the Canelo that fought Perro, which is probably the one that we're gonna see because Clottey just stays there and takes punches. I don't know, man. It might end up being another Pacquiao fight. 1111111. Maybe this is Roos. Who's this?
Yo, it's me, man.
What up, baby?
What's up, man? You good?
Chilling. Just here giving MV2 a shellacking.
What up, Q?
So,
yeah, man. No, I just go address some different shit, man. I mean, he's had enough listening to Ness dry snitching on himself about partying with some dude called Wood on a private jet. I'm not even saying pause, like his wife is not going to be listening to this podcast, right? Then you go fucking Vic. Vic sounds shit, man. Vic needs to sort out his equipment, man. With the dogs in the background and shit, I'm like, yo, come on, man, you're fucking up the show.
Hey, Vic, they coming at you, Vic. Vic don't want to come back on after that one. Go ahead, Bruce.
Well, I mean, if you want me on the show, you gotta deal with my dogs, motherfucker. If you don't like it, don't fucking listen.
No. Come on, man. Look, we respect everyone's opinion. We respect everyone's clarity.
I'm fucking with you.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's been like a year, Vic. I've been sending you messages on Twitter.
I'm on the phone. I'm not even on the computer. My shit.
I'm on the phone too, but you can hear me clear.
Yo, don't be coming at my co-host, man.
Tell me
man. No. I go iPhone 4S, so you probably got the newer version of me. So there's no excuses, Vic.
I'm on the phone, dude.
But still, no excuses, man. Like, get better equipment. Even Ness, you're the captain of the ship, man. Like, if your co-host ain't clear, you go and dunk on them. Because, boy, this is a professional broadcast, man. We're trying to enjoy the show, man.
Oh, my God. Yo, you really got it out for Vic tonight.
Yo, I disagree with Rose. I like Vic static. I like Vic's background noise. It sounds gritty. It just adds to the atmosphere of the show. But I can hear Vic anyway.
Yo, he
said I could hear him. But
I'm on the phone today. There should be no issues, dog. I mean, that's.
Yo, he said he likes Vic's because it sounds gritty. Bruce, man, talk some boxing, man. You killed the audio quality enough. Let's talk some boxing.
All right, cool. Man. What in regards to do you guys, the NBC channel, is it free in America?
Yeah, it's regular. It's Channel 4, but NBC Sports is part of the cable package. But if you pay $8 for basic antenna, you get NBC Sports like you get ESPN. You don't need to pay for HBO or Showtime or Stars or Encore or any other of that because they give you regular cable, which goes up to like, I don't know what, 99, channel 99, Vic?
I don't know what regular cable is, bro.
Yeah, I haven't had regular cable in forever, but I know that the antenna is $8 over here in New Jersey. So, you know, if you pay $8, you know, to whatever cable provider you want, you get a couple of channels like MTV and stuff like that, you know?
Okay. Well, I mean, my view is, I suppose it's good in a way that, you know, boxing would be viewed from a wider spectrum of, you know, new people, new casuals, right? And in terms of Haymon, you know, I think we should judge him, you know, any business that you start, realistically, you need 5 years, you know, for people to start coming down on you. But I hear every choose argument. But just let's give him, 2 more years and we judge him at the end of those 2 more years. Like, okay, what the hell have you done for boxing?
Bruce, just to add to your point, the IRS lets you claim 2 years of losses on your business. 2 years. So I'm just saying, everybody expects a business not to do well its first year. So legitimately, once he gets to NBC, we should be giving him a 2-year grace period, but we won't because we're haters. So his 2 years, like Vic likes to bring up, it's going to be before 2013 and this year, right? So now next year, he better give us something good.
Yeah, I think, you know, we should give him, you know, like 5-year period, you know, then we judge him because, you know, last year people were like, yeah, boxing was good, Showtime, Then this year it's like that good year will be cancelled out, like he didn't do anything.
Ruse, 2 years, 5 years, what is it, man? 10 years? How long are you going to give him? Man, he fucking ruined HBO almost ruined Showtime. He's going to go to NBC. He's going to try and ruin that. He's the Genghis Khan of boxing. Everything he just goes through, he destroys.
Give a fuck about your feelings.
You should give a fuck about these boxers because pretty soon there's going to be no companies left that's going to pay them.
Yo, black-owned businesses support each other.
I'm Barack Obama, and I support the boxing voice.
You're going to see Barack on NBC front row watching Floyd fight Manny Pacquiao on NBC.
That's the thing, Nate. This you see, Black is known that the boxing voice is the last vessel of the FOMO, the Floyd Mayweather fan. Al Haymon is the manager of Floyd Mayweather, and all these guys, including you, who love Floyd, therefore defend Al Haymon. It's connected. This is the last sanctuary of Al Haymon, and you're going to defend him till the end. I know you are, but for the love of fucking God, boxing would be better without both Floyd, both Al Haymon, even Leonard Delaby. Get him the fuck out of here. Go, get out of here. We don't need them. And they've somehow managed to camouflage all this shit in some kind of racial solidarity where black people around the world love Floyd because he's black. I don't get it. He doesn't fight in an entertaining way. Like,
yeah, because you don't like skill. You don't like skill. You want to see two fighters beat themselves up till their brains fall on the floor. You don't want to see one fighter thoroughly outclass another, barely get hit, and only be the only one landing punches. That's not entertaining to you because you don't like boxing. You like MMA.
No, mate, I like a fight. I want to see competition. I don't want to see ducks. Like I've got an oven glove in my hand right now. I don't know why I'm in the kitchen. I'm throwing it on the floor. Did you hear that? I fucking had enough of this shit. I want to see competition. I want to see a contest. I want to see not people who duck. I want to see people who fight the best every time. Money is not important. I heard James DeGale on Ringside, the Sky Sports show today, and he said he would take 10% or 15% against Cal Froch when he's entitled to 25% because of the IBF mandatory. He's not interested in the money. He's interested in the fight because he knows the money will come afterwards. Why can't some of these fucking boxers get the same kind of attitude? It's not about the money. It's about the win.
We do have those.
But Chew, with that, yeah, you get some fighters who maybe they're not as talented as the girl. So you know what? They would go the money route. But with the girl knows with talent, skills pays bills. So he knows he's got those skills. You know, the money will come later. So, you know, he's got a different perspective with regards to that.
The thing is, guys like Floyd Mayweather,
that doesn't
they've
mean
already
anything.
got the
Listen,
money.
cockiness doesn't mean anything because, you know, he knows he got the skills or he willing to take 10, but that shit don't mean nothing. He could easily lose to Carl Froch.
I mean, probably that would be a 50-50 fight.
Maybe.
I would actually favor. I would favor DeGale actually, but you know, it's not about the money for these young up and hungry guys.
It never is though, MV Chew. How many times did Saul did Gabe Rosado call out Saul, Vic? You being witness to that because you went to all the NBC sports cards. How many times did Rosado call out Saul Canelo Alvarez and he didn't care what he was gonna get paid, but now he fucking cares.
Well, I mean, he said that he can't wait. He did in the last interview. I mean, but I mean, you got to take risks and then the money will come. I agree. I mean, I think that's definitely a valid point to make. I mean, my point is
not to say that you guys are not right with that. My point is to say that when you're an up and comer, like Peter Quillen was, when Peter Quillen used to call out Sergio Martinez after fucking beating what was it, McEwen on HBO. Every up and comer calls someone out. They all do that. They all willing to fight until they're put in the position to be called out, and then they want money. Then it becomes, oh, who's Triple G? He ain't nobody. Don't act like MV2. Don't act like this don't exist, and don't act like you don't have your version. Listen, boxing is unified anyway. You know, I keep trying to split it into UK and US, and that shit doesn't work. But don't act like Al Haymon is the only fucking bloodsucker out there if that's what you want to think of him. Because Frank Warren isn't too nice, is he?
Yeah, listen, Frank Warren's a cunt.
All right, then.
I'm not going to disagree.
We have bad people in every fucking form of life, dude, in every job and everything. You know, we just don't know.
MV2, you're out of control, man.
Vic, what Nay's just done there in debating terms is called a straw man. A straw man. You can't defend Al Haymon on the facts, so he has to bring Frank Warren into the conversation and compare the two.
MV2,
how am I not? You're out of control. You're out of control.
How am I not defend? I don't get it. How am I not defending? I mean, the most logical defense that I said was, who invests $20 million to lose?
a fucking guy with deep pockets and a gambling
what if
problem.
he's not gonna lose? What if he gets that money back in sponsorships and things like that? I mean, just because he's investing $20 million doesn't mean he's not gonna win.
So he's gonna do it.
Fights.
So what? He's gonna do it for 1 year. That's what he's gonna do. He's just gonna keep bouncing around, breaking networks down.
He hasn't he bounced around?
He's never, ever had over 120 fighters and done that to any network. Let's wait and see. Let's take some callers.
He has bounced around, though. He has bounced around.
He bounced. Listen, everywhere that he went,
one thing dry, he moved to the next.
Everywhere that he went there for financial and strategic reasons. Obviously.
Okay.
Obviously.
Okay. Now you're telling me in 2007, 2006, and 2014 he wanted his own network? I mean,
well, no, I'm not saying that.
So. I don't believe that would have happened if had Schaefer, been with Golden Boy.
See, the thing is that we don't ever give all the information on Al Haymon, all right? So everybody always brings up the Berto story, but if anybody knows why Al Haymon got into boxing, it was because of his brother, Bobby, who really got done dirty. So that's why he always looks out for the fighter first, because his brother got shit on. Now, granted, people are going to say, oh, but he did Layman Brewster. Okay, you don't fucking, you got to crack some eggs to make an omelet. But he learned from that, obviously, and after Layman Brewster, we don't hear anybody bitching and moaning. In fact, we hear people saying, yeah, I mean, Mauricio Herrera told me, and it's on audio, that Al Haymon never asked me, but yeah, I would love that. I would love that. And that was after losing to Danny when all of you thought he won. He still would love to sign to Al Haymon. When Malignaggi shit on HBO, on Showtime, and on Al Haymon live on TV because he thought he won that Broner fight, he still signed to the man he called out. Okay, so I don't really understand you guys.
And at the end of the day, what does that mean for the boxing fan? It means shit. Oh, so great. Peter Quillen's gonna make $2 million after dropping his belt. Good for him.
No,
what does it mean to me? Is he gonna fight Lucas Konechny and his cousin Marco Hula from somewhere the fuck I don't know?
But I'm not saying any of that.
What does that mean to me? What does that mean? I don't give a fuck.
I'm not saying any of that.
What does that mean to me?
I'm not saying
any of that. What does that mean
to
me as a consumer?
I'm not saying any of that. What I'm saying is he first came into the sport looking out for the fighter. Along the way, obviously, he felt that the networks weren't doing a good job and he could do one better. And that's why now he's formed Haymon Boxing. That's why there's jobs on LinkedIn.
Well, till this day, no one has done a better job since Lou DiBella. So
okay, but Haymon never was HBO's. He was never a Hirschman. But now he's going to be doing his own thing.
To this day, no one's ever done better than Lou DiBella.
Okay, well, that's all good. That's all good. Let me see who else we got. Black Ski Mask Joe. He's on the line, and he's another guy that wants to kill MV2 because MV2, you're all alone. Your own friends, because I have everyone know that Black Ski Mask Joe is part of the coalition, and so is Roos, and they're turning on MV2, who's also part of the coalition.
Bring it on.
Yeah, man. You're out of control today, Chew. You're out of control, man. We gotta ban you and put you in a fucking cave, bro.
Ski Mask, I'm disappointed in you, man.
I just want everybody to know that even if you're texting me, I already have like 6 people on. Plus, I got like 20 more people that need to get on. I know everybody wants to get at MV2. I'm gonna give you your turn. We're not gonna let MV2 go unless he hangs up because he's scared.
I'm gonna know it. Bring it.
No, well, let me just jump on the Curtis Stevens fight, man, because I feel like we're going in a black hole right now. Fucking Curtis Stevens, man, god damn, this fight was fucking shit, dude. This fight was shit, man. I fell asleep after the 3rd round, and then I woke up like close to the 10th, and all I heard was from the commentaries was that Curtis Stevens wasn't even on his A game. He wasn't cutting off the ring and all this bullshit. And then I catch highlights of it. Man, what the fuck was up with this cat, man? This dude seriously needs like a fucking new trainer, man. And I'm not trying to say that just because everybody's saying it, man. But this dude needs somebody to fucking push him, dude. He needs that fucking Ann Wolf fucking just screaming at him. Military hood style. That's what he needs, man. And with that said, I think I'm out.
All right. I'm going to get to somebody else here that wants to kill MV Chew. Everybody wants MV Chew. Let me see. Okay, here he goes.
Yo, what's up? It's Rob from Vegas. How's it going?
What up? What up?
Well, I actually just got fresh off the Steve's deal, or we just watched the fight just now. I had it recorded. But I wanted to touch on that Haymon thing for a second, and because we always do talk about him, and I've heard, I listened to the next round with Steve Kim earlier today, and they talked about, that whole thing about the possibility of him starting his league or whatever. I assume that's what you guys have been talking about. I jumped on a little late. But I've always said this about Al Haymon, man, is that if everyone would just jump on board with him, he'd be the savior of boxing. He'd be the guy that's like, wow, he wants to make a league and have everyone under his belt, and it would be awesome because he could mix and match whoever he wants, and there would be. If things are limited now, they're always going to be limited. Fighters aren't going to fight each other. There's always going to be promoters against each other, networks against each other. I think that has just as good a shot as this one. It's worth a try. It's the one thing we haven't tried in boxing is having one unilateral body run by everything, a UFC of boxing, the UBC, maybe Ultimate Boxing Championship or something. That's the one thing we haven't done in boxing. And, maybe UFC isn't as huge, as people thought it was going to be. Maybe it stopped growing and, maybe there aren't as many stars as they had anticipated. But to the fight fans, they don't give a fuck. They get all the fights they want. They know who the champ is, and it's all run. The fighters get paid shit, but it doesn't make a difference to the fan who watches it because they're getting the fights they want, and it's fucking cool. Maybe casuals don't get as enticed to watch it, but who gives a fuck? I'm not them. I'm a hardcore boxing fan. I want to watch fights, and that's what Al Haymon's trying to do, and people are getting in his way.
What?
Never going to work.
What fights?
What's that?
Sorry, Rob. What fights has Al Haymon gave the boxing fan?
I don't know, to be honest, because I don't know what he does. I don't know what fighters he's controlled from both sides. I don't think he's had the opportunity to truly be able to do that outside maybe one or two fights that he can do with maybe a Garcia Broner and a couple welters here and there. But even so, that plan, it won't ever work. It just won't ever work. So with that said, I believe he's actually getting in the way. It's like another sanctioning body adding their belt and their rankings and just making it even more diluted and confused. That's what Al Haymon's trying to save it. In the process, he's destroying it further. But that's enough about that for me. I wanted to talk about the Endom fight, Curtis Stevens. Like I said, I jumped on a little bit late. Don't know your guys' opinions. I just got done watching it, and I kind of disagree with the last caller. Who was it? Black Ski Mask Joe? Was that who called? But anyway, I thought it was a pretty good fight. I thought, I normally don't like the guys who are backpedaling. I didn't like what Lara did to Canelo. I didn't like any of that. I thought that's just like too much running. But in this fight, dude, he did what he was supposed to do. And I think just Curtis Stevens looked lost. Outside of the one round he got dropped in, and maybe the first round, he didn't do much. And I thought, what's his name? Endom, it wasn't even close. I thought he was just working that jab and keeping him in that range. And he was doing what he needed to do. And I don't think he was backpedaling to the point of complete boredom and just like, damn, dude, you were straight up running. I thought he was just moving well, and he was throwing punches. He let his hands go when he needed to, and he made the points count. It wasn't close like Lara against Canelo, where it's like, damn, Lara's not throwing any fucking punches, and Canelo got a few hard ones into the body. So what do you count? One hard one versus none? Like, in this case, it wasn't like that. So I actually enjoyed the fight. I thought it was pretty good. Wasn't the best fight, but and down, we don't know a lot about him except his one loss to what's his face, and I want to see him again. I think he's good, and I'd like to see him get knocked out by Triple G. I'd like to see a rematch with Peter Quilla, and there's a lot of things he could do. As far as Stevens, outside of a fight with James Kirkland, I mean, he could make entertaining fights, I guess, with anyone, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think his skill set is high enough to make me excited about him going forward, unless he does something drastic. And that's it.
Well, yeah, I guess we all basically have kind of the same opinion on that fight, but I don't know. Let's take some other callers here. See who we got. I think we went to the 718, right? Let me see. Oh, yeah, Arrow. You're live.
Yo, what's up, man? It's Hanley from Canada. Hey, man. I'm with MBSU here, man. Fuck Al Haymon, dude. That guy sucks. Straight up, man. Like, how can you? I heard last show you were saying that NBC was saying that boxing fucking sucks now, and I was saying I thought it was right, and you were all saying like it's like pretty good. We just have to talk up the sport, man. I don't care if I'm seeing boxing for free on NBC, if it's gonna be Danny Garcia versus Rod Stocka.
Yeah, I'm like
that sucks. Like, this was my reaction when Rod Stocka got knocked the fuck out by Danny Garcia. I didn't even flinch. I was like, man, that happened. When it was Danny Garcia versus, like, Lucas Matisse, even, like, the smallest punch, like, if it landed and somebody caught something clean, I would, like, jump out. Because that's what I want to see, man. I want to see the good fighters fight each other. I don't care about no free, like, it doesn't matter if it's going to be Rod Stocka versus Danny Garcia. That's my point, man. I just don't know how you can vouch for him. That guy has